My name is Courtney. I am a nurse with Cone at the moment, and I've been a nurse now for about 14 years or so. But what I do primarily now is focus on preventive screenings and talking with people about wellness, things they should do to keep themselves healthy and try to cut down on cost of healthcare. So right now, of course, right with healthcare and health in general, COVID is the biggest factor for everybody. However, with African Americans, it's a greater risk for us. Numbers are showing that 1 in 1,500 African Americans are dying with COVID, as opposed to 1 in 3,600 of white Americans. So the reason for that is a lot of different factors, most of it being from African Americans being generally in poorer health than our counterparts. We don't necessarily do a great job of taking care of ourselves, which could be because of economic reasons, but also because of hereditary. And a lot of times we are misinformed by going by what family members may say, friends, and even by going by what we hear on the news, which can be tailored to reach certain audiences. So it is best with COVID to, even if you get the vaccine, which my standpoint on being vaccinated against COVID is to go ahead and get the vaccine with anything, whether it be vaccines or health related or not. There's going to be pros and cons to it. And if there's a chance at improving your outcome, then I think it should be something that you at least give good thought to. So even if you're not going to get vaccinated, I would say to, of course, wear your mask, wash your hands, and limit your exposure to large numbers of people. A lot of people aren't taking heed to the large number of people limitations and are becoming relaxed, really, because yes, this pandemic's been going on for a long time now, and we all are tired of it. We're all tired of wearing masks. I'm here in my office by myself, but on a day-to-day basis, we're wearing 2 masks the whole day and a face shield if we are in any vicinity of somebody else. So it can be done, but it is hard. But if you think about it on the flip side, we've had no flu season this year. A lot of that has to do with the limitations in exposure to other people and wearing a mask. So there's good and bad things that have come with this pandemic. Looking at it from another perspective, it's important that you make time to go to the doctor. A lot of us don't make time to do things for ourselves, and health is one of the things that you should make time for, because if you're not doing the preventive type things that are needed to maintain yourself, you're not going to be able to reach the goals that you want to. And African Americans are at higher risk for a lot of different diseases, the number one being heart disease. And that comes into play a lot because of what we eat, the fact that a lot of us don't exercise, and we have just a hereditary background to be at more risk for problems with our hearts. So if you're not going to the doctor to be checked for these things, you're not going to know. And a lot of times chronic conditions can start young. The younger that you, the higher risk you are of dying young from it. And the top leading causes of death for African Americans, number 1 being heart disease, 2 cancer, and then the third reason is unintentional accidents like car accidents, but also in that homicide and issues with racism would fall into unintentional accidents. And it's funny that for African Americans, that's the third leading cause of death. So it's important that we take advantage of all the resources available. A lot of times you don't know the resources that are out there because the information isn't going to be offered up readily, because honestly, they don't. If more African Americans took advantage of the things that were out there, that would take away from it being used by those who are using it now. And we need to take advantage of information that's out there. A lot of people don't know that medicines prescribed, even yes, they can be expensive, but if you don't have health insurance, you can apply to the manufacturer to get the medicine for free. And it's just a matter of filling out a form and having your doctor to sign it. And a lot of people don't know that. A lot of people don't know that there's resources out there to get different things, to get equipment for free, to get all types of screenings and devices, but you have to look for it and you have to ask the right people. So I would say, as far as health goes, that it's important that you try to learn something new every day. Take advantage of those around you and learn what they know, and don't rely on those necessarily those who were used to being around. Try to have an open mind and find out what you want to find out. And for youth, definitely finish school early. It's possible to finish school when you get older, but it's definitely a lot harder and you have to juggle a lot more. So focusing on education while you're young and before you have a lot of responsibility is something that's very important.